can't. There's no way you can concentrate in that kind of situation. And I think the early they start managing this and making sure how can you drawing at home.
Yeah. Wasn't
against Plateau United, of all teams.
Not you beat Ranger, you beat Heartland.
And it could have been worse. They got 2 penalties.
They missed the first one, and they're able to score the second one.
while I was commending the players from Play 2, somebody said these guys have been going everywhere. They've been donating points, and they came to 3SC, and they were almost winning.
Because prior to that game, they had also not gotten a point on the road. So for them to go to Ibadan and get a result. 3SC, I don't know why they find it very difficult to get points on the road. Ever since they came back to the league, they always lose a huge amount of games on the road. You don't score goals, you concede a lot. So I think it's just the main problem of 3SC.
All right, let me put words into your mouth. I know you wouldn't want to, but let me put words into your mouth. What do you think will happen, Rangers 3SC?
Straight win.
For Rangers?
Straight win for Rangers. I say it's not because Rangers won, they lost on the road to Rivers United. They lost 3-1. That spoke to some of the players. It wasn't a good day in the office for them because the kind of showing they put up there, maybe because Imama is from that end, the kind of show they put up that day is nothing to be proud about. And I'm sure that you know of the Kane combination in Rangers. Oh, you've not heard of them.
Bobby Clement.
You've talked about it before. Talked about it before.
I mean, the Rangers fans handled this afternoon were like everybody from Okonano to Wiro to everybody come to the stadium on Sunday on your white. That is the level of supportership that Rangers is getting at home. The plan is, for Rangers, the plan is that Enugu Stadium, the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu, should be made a slaughtering ground for teams. Don't drop points at home. That's the secret. And teams have fallen, including Eyimba. They beat Eyimba underground. They've beaten Eyimba underground this season.
Exactly.
And so for 3SC, it will be foolhardy for the players of Rangers to think that 3SC is solved. They've drawn at home. They've been losing games. I mean, on a good night, if you don't guard your Lions, you can be beaten at home. So on that, I want to say, okay, there's an outside chance of Shooting Stars getting something.
Don't break my heart. Yeah. Don't break my heart. But what do you think would be the outcome?
You see, ordinarily, I want to give Shooting Stars a chance, but the statistics, the head-to-head doesn't look good. They've lost all their 7 away games this season. Rangers have won all 7 home games this season. They've been very imperious. 3SC has visited Enugu 6 times. They've lost conveniently. I'm not sure that Shootings. There are some teams that will play on the road. There are some teams that have a strong home record. You feel that away team can upset the apple cart and get a result. It's not Shooting Stars. The signs do not look.
At least not the one of this season.
Not the Shooting Stars. Maybe next season. Maybe 2 seasons after. Okay. But I think it's Rangers 3 points. They've not won the title in 32 years, and that motivation is there. They are very hungry. They've been on that top of the table for a very long while, and I'm sure they want to consolidate at the end of week 15.
Okay, I don't think there's anything to add. I really don't. But we'll wait to see. Another one that I want us to talk about. Let's talk about Nasarawa United. We were talking about Nasarawa for all the right reasons. Going to one place, spoiling breaking the unbeaten record. Going to places that you would call a fortress. But now it didn't start well. On the continent, everything crumbled. And now as well. But let me still come to Alfred. They're going to Wiki. I don't know. What do you think will happen when they go there?
The Wiki Tourists is a very, very strong team when they play in Bauchi, the Abubakar Tafawa Stadium. Incidentally, Bauchi is a place I did my youth service, so I'm very comfortable with that place. When it comes to teams, visiting teams coming to that ground, just be sure to contend with the 12th man, which, of course, the fans. For Nasarawa United, I think they've somehow turned their season around. It started badly. Their adventure to the continent really caused them.
It was a disaster.
It was a disaster for them, and it took them time to really turn the corner. We've seen better showing by this team by every stretch of the imagination, and the players are going to come into their own. When Warri Wolves visited, they just showed Warri Wolves what they can really do. I see a very, very tough match in this one, but at the end of the day, I think Wiki Tourists with Mekava as the coach have enough in their tank to cross the line.
You agree with that as well?
Yeah, I agree. Wiki Tourists have considered just 1 goal at home. So for Nasarawa to get 3 points here, they have to win. They have one of the strongest defensive record at home. Only Warri Wolves is yet to concede at home. They've conceded one. Ifeanyi Ubah has conceded 1 goal at home. So it's been very difficult for Nasarawa. Another team who is yet to pick a point on the road, this season. So it will be very, very hard for them to get
Okay, in
results.
few words, let's talk about Warri Wolves and Enyimba and their opponents. What do you think will happen? I think Enyimba is playing Tornadoes.
Enyimba is playing Tornadoes. Warri Wolves is playing Rivers United.
So quick one, Warri Wolves, Rivers.
Well, Warri Wolves have dropped 4 points at home. Lobby Stars play goalless there. Rangers play goalless there. The other 5 games they've won. And like I said, they've not conceded. So it will be very difficult for Rivers United to go and win there or even score. But with the caliber
victory over Rangers will give them some
Exactly, they can. And that 3-match ultimatum given to them the last time out,
maybe
yielded a good result for them. Our coaches know how to perform well under pressure.
Okay.
But I feel that we're able to do enough. Perhaps a slim 1-goal victory. Enyimba have dropped 4 points at home in the last 2 games. 1-1 against Heartland, 2-2 against Lobby Stars. I'm sure they will want to drop further points because they want to start climbing up the ladder and to be at that top spot where they feel they ought to be.
Okay, Alfred.
For him, by playing in Umahi, I think it may just have taken some steam of that team. I mean, you can't imagine a team playing with the intimidating stance of the Aba Township Stadium. Enyimba always they look invincible playing there, especially in the league. Now they have to make do with playing in Umahi. I think that's why when teams visit them, they just feel they have a chance because this is not the traditional home of Enyimba. And there's this rivalry. Yes, they are from the same state between Abia Warriors and Enyimba International. There's this very, very feisty. And now you're playing the home of Abia Warriors. So
they're still yet to even meet in one of their standing games.
Tornadoes can just maybe fancy their chance. Go there and look at the template of what the likes of Heartland and Lobby Stars did right, and they just
Tornadoes have also lost all their 7 away games.
It's always the first time.
Exactly. Well, it's been refreshing. Talking about the domestic league, we could go on and on and on. When we come here next week, we'll see if any of our predictions are correct. But if you are anywhere close to any of the match venues, you need to go there and enjoy quality football that will be on display. This season has been very good for Nigerian football. Well, let's travel abroad. Let's take you to Holland. Let's give you some highlights from the Dutch league. When we come back, we will spend a few minutes talking about well, most of the leagues, we know the winners already. But we'll talk about 1 or 2 areas, 1 or 2 things that could be of importance, that could be deciders. And we'll talk about players as players begin to look forward to the 2016 European Championships. We'll look at what is happening to some of those players, injuries, and knocking some of them out. So we'll be doing all of that when we return. But we need to take you to Holland right now. Let's allow you to enjoy the highlights from the Dutch league. And we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.